Hi, this is Tanya Wilson with Polk Publishing Magazine of Baltimore, Maryland. We have the pleasure today of interviewing one of Baltimore's own strong black sisters. It is absolutely my pleasure to sit here with Malacka Reed, L. I just want to say that it is my pleasure. You are a beautiful woman, and from reading some of your bio, I know that you are beauty beyond the surface. Beauty goes skin deep. And again, it's my pleasure to sit here with you because I know that to come full circle, to be a strong black woman, sometimes we have to go through trials and tribulations to make us whole. And just reading your story, so close to my story and a lot of women that have stories that are not brave enough to tell their stories. And so I'm excited for you today to share some of your stories with us. So tell us a little bit about the book.
So the book is titled I'm Ready for My Close-Up, and it is a book about my journey just through life, the good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent, the things that will embarrass you, the things that will empower you, the things that will empower others. Everything is in my book. And I chose to write my book because of where I am now. Malacka Reed, the motivational MUA, the motivational makeup artist, the woman that, is a motivational speaker and go around motivating young women and students everywhere to be greater and just be better than the person that they were yesterday, and being the founder and CEO of my own company and a makeup artist and an entrepreneur and an activist in the community and all of those wonderful things. I didn't want anything from my past to come up and just come out. You know what I mean? Because you know how evil people can be. You know how shallow people can be.
Absolutely.
So I was like, it is very important that I write my book and I talk about the things that happened in my life to get me to this point. It is important that I tell my own story.
Yes.
Cut the devil off at the head.
Please do.
Say it myself, and that way nobody has anything against me, can use anything against me to do anything to my career. So the people that look up to me and the people that follow me, I need them to understand and realize that they are not admiring a false idol. This is my story. This is what I'm proud of, and this is what made me who I am today.
Absolutely.
So I'm excited about
So
that.
what you're saying is you're totally transparent.
Very transparent.
Yeah.
Transparency is always key. Because every single people can always relate to transparency.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Absolutely, I know.
So people can relate to transparency in a way that, every single person has a story. Every single person has things going on in their lives that you know nothing about. You know what I mean? So people can relate to that. People can't relate to, I got it all together. I always have it all together. I'm perfect. Nothing is happening in my world. People can't relate to that.
I can't.
I know I can't. The average person can. You know what I mean? So when you are transparent and you let people in, people can relate to that, and you empower people, and you give other people the permission to be transparent and to be themselves and to be proud of their good, their bad, and their ugly, and that's what's important.
Absolutely, I totally agree with that. And the thing about that is, today we live in a world where sisters are so much in competition with one another, and there is so much envy and animosity, and to have someone refreshing that's saying, this is who I am, and I don't have it all together, and this is my past, and I'm proud of it, and I want to use my past to strengthen somebody else and to make somebody else proud about.
Absolutely.
They are. I always say, that is my testimony. That's not my destiny.
That's
and
right.
It looks like right now, you and I here.
That's right, honey. When you make your mess your message,
Yes,
when you
absolutely.
make your mess your
Yes.
message, who can use that against you?
Nobody.
Who?
Nobody.
Who? When God be for you, what they say, what the word say?
When God
If God is for you, who can be against you? When you
Absolutely.
make your mess your message, all you're doing is giving people the permission to do that themselves.
And basically, since we put God into the picture, and I'm all for that, you're being a witness.
Thank you.
You're being a witness.
Thank you.
And somebody needs to hear it.
Yes.
somebody needs to know about
And
it.
somebody needs to read it.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you for
welcome.
being
Thank
one of the
you.
brave sisters.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate that. Okay, so let's go back. I hear that you, since the age of 13, you wanted to own your own cosmetic line.
Yes.
So let's just start with that because that came before the book.
Yes, it came before the book. Okay, so since I was 13 years old, I always wanted to be an entrepreneur, and I always wanted to have my own cosmetic line of makeup. During that time, it's so funny because it was going to be called Bombshell Cosmetics.
I like it.
Always been so animated and so extra. So, you know, life happened, and throughout those years, I've gone on, had a career, and did some amazing things in my life. And then when I got to a point in my life where I said, I'm tired of working for someone else, I don't want to go back to working for anyone else, it was after I had my last child, who's 8 years old. Her name is Sky Ryan, and I named my cosmetic line Sky Ryan
So
after
beautiful.
her.
So
And thank you so much. And so I said I didn't want to go back to working for anyone else, and so I did everything I had to do, followed all the steps that I needed to follow to become the CEO of my own cosmetic line of makeup and skincare, Sky Ryan Cosmetics, that has been in existence for almost 6 years now. So I'm very excited about that,
Congratulations.
because you know what they say about that 5-year rule. You know what I mean? Like, if you can stay in business for 5 years, you're good. Because most businesses, small businesses like myself, that do everything on your own, they fail within 5 years if, you know, they're not successful. So I'm very excited about that. I've been in existence for 5 years now, and I'm almost 6 years now.
what's the
I'm
launch
sorry.
date? What's the date you started the company?
It was the same time we were receiving our first black president, Obama.
Girl, stop.
So it was during that same year, during that same time, and I can remember driving to one of my laboratories, which is in Canada, because everybody were coming to DC to see, you know, him become president. So it was during that time, and I've been here in Security Square Mall. I've had a store. This is my second time in Security Square Mall. I had a store before. I didn't feel like it was the best location for me. That location was on Monument Street, and now I'm about to open a store again where I have my
Congratulations
clothing line and my makeup and my facials
And that location?
everything. And that location is in Charles Village. I'm so excited
Love
to be
it.
going there.
Love it.
Love, love, love. I've always rode past that location and said, I'm gonna be here one day. I'm gonna be here one day. We call it the Black Wall Street.
Yeah.
On my block alone is 17 black-owned businesses. Even the subway is owned by a black man. So in this day and age, that's what it's all about. It's about rebuilding our community. It's about rebuilding Black Wall Street. It's about rebuilding and focusing on that black dollar. Shout out to Selena Polk with having her own magazine company. You know what I mean? We're so used to all these other magazine companies and patronizing these other magazine
Absolutely.
companies, but to have, you know, a dear friend of mine that watched me grow up and was very good friends with my mom, and then become an author, someone that that inspired
That's
me
you.
to become an
Yes.
author, and now have our own magazine. It's just totally refreshing to be a part of her project and her work.
Oh, definitely. So
yeah, it's just
shout
all
out to
about
Selena
shout
Polk.
out to Selena
Yeah,
Polk.
she's
Yay!
always
so,
on the grind.
definitely. So
Always
it's
on the
always good to rebuild that black dollar and rebuild our nation.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
Our community.
Yes.
And especially Baltimore right
Yes,
now.
Baltimore right now. Baltimore is such an amazing city.
It is.
And just being an activist in my city, you know, with everything that happened with the uprising, everything that our babies went through
Yes.
during the uprising to make people and activists like myself get up and do more
Yeah.
for our city. Our city has so many amazing people
We do.
in it. Like even, and this was actually on television just recently. One of the most successful cities to become an entrepreneur in, Baltimore was number one.
Number one.
We beat out Atlanta. We beat
Amazing.
out Atlanta because
Amazing.
we
It's a
are
good place to
powerful
be.
women in this
Yes, we
city,
are.
and Baltimore women hustle hard.
And let me tell you.
We hustle hard.
I'm a witness. I'm a witness. And that's one of the reasons, just a little sidebar, one of the reasons why Selena Polk decided that it was time to have a Baltimore-based magazine. And that's why we have Polk Publishing Magazine, because
Yes.
we want to highlight what's good. We want to highlight sisters, brothers, youth that are not just in the arts.
That's
but we
right.
want to highlight people that are doing good, people that
That's
are
right.
talented,
Yes.
people that are on the rise.
Yes.
We want to encourage, we want to uplift, and we want to be a stepping stone.
That's
so
right.
yeah, so
That's right.
shout out to Selena Polk again.
Yeah, once
And,
again.
yeah, and shout out
Right.
to you
Thank
for being
you.
an activist in the community. We
Thank
all know
you.
that was a very trying time. People
Mm-hmm.
were emotional. People had different views of what happened. People sit back and talk, but not many people take the effort to going out there and trying to make a difference.
That's
So
right.
Can you give us a little bit about what you were involved in as an activist?
Yeah, just been, I've always been very active in my community. I've been very active, you know, like I said, going from school to school. I was always the motivational speaker for the Get Pump Tour. That's with DJ Angel Baby and 92Q, and the motivational speaker for the Boys and Girls Club of America, where we travel from state to state. And, you know, just always doing like prom dress drives. And one time we sent over 300 girls to prom, where we made sure they had dresses and shoes and hair and everything to prom. And, you know, so many different things that I've always done in the community, and that was being active in the community. But when you become an activist, and that's something that people just put on me, and so I went on ahead and I took on that role, because I've always just been active in my community,
well,
right?
It's a gift.
Right.
You know, and it's not,
so,
not that people put it on you.
Right.
It was your gift. It was your purpose.
Thank you.
Okay, you were walking in your purpose.
Thank you.
And at some point in time, you realize, this is my purpose. I hear you, God.
Thank you.
You know?
I received that. I received that. Thank you so much. So in saying that, you know, I was out there in every protest, and, you know, just standing with the people and being with my people, and down there picking up children and trying to get children home, and, you know, going to legislation and trying to get these laws passed. And I'm the founder of the 365 Empress movement, and that's a movement where we are the voice of the woman, and where we focus on the woman, where we understand that the woman is Mother Earth, that we understand everything that our ancestors went through that have kind of like fallen, and our people are not focusing on the way our ancestors did it.
So there would not be as much violence.
Absolutely, because once upon a time we lived in a matriarchal society, and that's when society focused on the woman. And now we live in a patriarchal society when they put the man above the woman, and that can't be, because all life comes from us. The first school of life happens in the womb. Man can't even exist without coming through woman. Man can't even, before man is our sons, before man is our husbands, I'm sorry, he is our son. So the first school of life happens here. So when woman wakes up, when woman is conscious, when woman understands self, when woman is spiritual, when woman is connected and knows who she is. Testimonies on my page. Hundreds of women have come to see me, telling me what the book has done for them in their lives. So just an amazing project.
Okay. Did we get a good shot of the cover? I'm ready for my close-up.
Yeah.
How did you come up with that title?
Just when people go around and make rumors about you, make up things about you, you know what I'm saying? Say things about you that make you, you know, become embarrassed, or might want to hide behind something, or get under the biggest rock that you can see. But when you become so aware and so awakened, and you fall in love with yourself so much, you're like, oh, I don't even want to hide anymore. As a matter of fact, bring it in closer, because I'm ready for my close-up.
Okay. And that ties into with the makeup, but I'm ready for my close-up.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Tell us a little bit about some of the information or some of the stories that you told.
Oh, in the book, I speak vividly about my childhood. I speak vividly about growing up in the projects. I speak vividly about the struggles.
I'm a little brown girl from Westport, right next door to Cherry Hill.
Okay.
You're a product of what
Douglas
project?
Homes. Okay. Douglas Homes. Very proud to say that I'm from Douglas Homes, and my mother. I told my mother's story. A lot of the struggles that my mother had gone through to get to greatness and to understand, you know, her place. I spoke very vividly about me losing my virginity, and when I lost my virginity, I was raped. I spoke vividly about how a young girl inside of me that was very broken was born the day I was raped, and her name is Malacka, and I call Malacka in the book my lower self, you know. And as a result of the rape, Malacka was into some pretty bad things, never drugs or anything like that. That was never a part of my story, but just other things that caused me to live a life of a broken young brown girl in Baltimore. And I speak very vividly about those things and the things that I had to experience, and you know, the roads that I had to walk down, the dark ones, to get to greatness. I talk about my children. I talk about my divorce. I speak about just the good, the bad, the ugly that came along with being an entrepreneur, the things that I had to go through being an entrepreneur, horrible rumors that was said about me that was all lies, you know, that was made up about me.
They lied on Jesus.
They lied on Jesus. I spoke vividly about them. just everything. The death of my my son's biological father while I was pregnant, how that affected my life, how that affected my son. You know, just all of those things. Being a mother, being a single mother. You know, I spoke about how, you know, my husband was married when I met him. I put all that out there. You name it, I said it. Anything that I could think of that was going to empower somebody else, to let them know that you're not alone in your mess, and anything that I could think of that somebody would try to drag out, you know what I mean, and try to make me feel bad and bash me about, or to try to demean me in any way, I spoke about it.
Yeah, I mean, basically as women, people may not admit it, but we all go through the same. You know, we are single family. I mean, we were raised in single family homes, some of us. We are single moms, a lot of us. We live in paycheck to paycheck, a lot of us. You know, we're trying to get out of poverty.
Absolutely.
We're trying to make a better life for our next generation. Sometimes we accidentally get caught up in a relationship with a man who might have a partner that we didn't know about.
Absolutely.
We accidentally fall in love, and it's too late. We don't know how to walk away.
Or even if it's not even accidental, even if it's not.
Sometimes on purpose.
It's your walk. It's your walk. It's your journey. It's your destiny. You understand what I'm saying? And like, I truly believe that wherever you are is where you're supposed to be. And if you don't learn your lessons that's involved with where you are, then you're going to have to come back and you're going to have to redo it over and over and over again. You know, a lesson is never learned until you've learned it.
That's true.
Period. You know, so yeah, you are where you are, you know, and you just got to pick yourself up out of that and change your life. And I mean, my life has been absolutely amazing. The good, the bad, the ugly. It's been absolutely.
Testimony, not your destiny.
It is. Seriously.
Okay. And somebody can grow from your stories. Somebody can live again from your stories. Somebody can overcome because of your stories. And
somebody can not repeat it because of my story. Because I did it for them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You've taken the power away from somebody who wanted to use things against you. But once you tell it, you've taken the power away. And so you have the power.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and so
absolutely. And you should always have the power over your own life. It's your story. You tell it. Because can't nobody tell it better than you. Period. You know what I mean? So I just stand true to that, and I'm very proud of all of those things.
I'm proud of you too, sister. I just met you today. You've got a beautiful smile.
Thank you.
You've got
so
a beautiful
do you.
Soul.
Thank you.
You're spiritual.
Thank you.
And I think that you're a great role model.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I received that.
So we're going down to Charles Street on the Black
Wall Street.
When can we look forward?
St. Paul Street. It's right on St. Paul Street. I'm going to be opening on the 18th of December. I'm very excited.
For the Christmas rush?
Just in time. That's exactly, and that was actually my idea. Actually, on purpose. So, it's going to be on the 18th. It's right there on St. Paul Street. I'm going to be selling
St. Paul and what?
St. Paul and 25th.
Oh my God!
Yes. Yes.
I worship in that area.
Yes. And then it's going to be my makeup, it's going to be my clothes, it's going to be makeovers, it's going to be facials, it's going to be my classes.
Facials?
Yeah, I do all of those. Yeah, all of those things. Everything involving makeup, I do it. So I'm very excited about that.
Okay, tell me a little bit about your line of clothing. Is it catered towards what type of woman?
All women, of all sizes. Just really fly things. I like to try to, stay one of a kind as much as I possibly can, but that's not, possible.
Okay, so conservative, business wear, casual wear?
Some conservative, some casual, some sweatsuits, some sexy club clothes, a little bit of everything.
Okay. Because we are a lot of women, believe it or not. We have a lot of layers.
Yes.
Black sisters have a lot of layers.
Yes.
We wear a lot of hats.
Yes, we do.
I'm looking
We're
forward
amazing.
to coming and visiting. I'll definitely be there on the 18th. You having a grand opening?
I am. I am.
What do you have planned for that day?
Well, a sip and shot.
Sip and shot? Okay.
Yeah.
What we sipping on?
Well, some wine. Nothing but the best stuff. Some wine, but I'll be sipping water.
All right. That goes down easy. What's the name of the store?
It's Malacka's actually. So, Boo Boutique, that's the clothes that I sell, and then Skyline
That's the
Cosmetics.
brand name?
Yeah, it's
Boo
called.
Boo?
It was called Boo Boutique. So it's
T-E-E-K? Okay.
so no, I'm sorry, Boo Boutique.
Boo Boutique.
Yeah.
Got you? Okay.
So now it's Malacka's because it's just a merge of Skyline Cosmetics and Boo Boutique and everything being in one store. So it's Malacka's.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, looking forward to that.
Yeah.
What do you have coming up besides the store? Anything else you want to tell us about?
Yeah, so coming up next year, a documentary is going to be out on everything involving my activism. A lot of things that we do with the 365 Empress movement. One of those things, we have a Science of Peace class, and we actually teach the real science of peace and how it comes from within. So we are working on that, and just other things in activism, other things with my makeup classes. That's going to be getting bigger and bigger and bigger now that I have my, my own location. 365 Empress Movement are always working in the community. So if anyone wants to just follow me to see what's happening with 365 Empress Movement, and just to see what's going on with Malacka, the makeup artist, what kind of specials we're having, what we're selling. We have a clothing line called Vintage Fuck that's going to be
Vintage
P-H-U-C-K.
Okay.
Fuck, and that's an amazing brand that's going to be a part of the that's going to be in the store as well. So my Instagram is It's Malacka, ITSMALACKA.
Give it to us again.
It's ITSMALACKA, Malacka.
That's Instagram.
That's Instagram. Facebook is my mother's first name, which is Gwen. It's GWENS, Malacka, MALACKA. So Facebook is Gwen's Malacka. Twitter, it's Malacka as well. And if you ever want to check out any of my motivational speeches, I have a full channel on YouTube. And if you just look up Malacka Reed, MALACKA, last name REED, you'll be able to check out my full channel of motivational speeches. If you want to book me for anything, for speeches, makeup artists, or anything, you can do it on my pages, but you can email me at Malacka Reed, that's MALACKA REED @gmail.com, and someone will get back to you within 24 hours.
Okay, what about the website?
The website is Malacka Reed, MALACKA REED.com.
Are you handling all of this by yourself?
No, I have an amazing team.
Okay. You definitely got an S on your
I
chest.
have an amazing team. Yes.
Well, that's great. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you so much.
Everything that you do, I appreciate your spirit. It was absolutely my pleasure.
The pleasure was all
And I
mine.
want to take the liberty to say that Miss Selena Polk and myself, we are very interested
Yes.
in doing some of the work that you're doing.
Yes.
Give us a holler. Ask us if
Yes.
we're
We need you
interested.
guys involved.
Yes, please, the prom thing that's coming
Yes.
up. I, know some seamstresses, and
Yes.
probably got a closet full of stuff
Dresses
that I
too.
can't fit anymore.
Right. Yeah.
So, get us involved.
Okay, I will. I
Take
will.
the liberty
Yeah.
of saying that.
Yeah, definitely. And maybe 365 Empress Movement can have a spread in the mag also.
Oh, I think that's a great idea.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
we can do a shoot, and
Yes.
more people. Information is power.
Yes, it is.
We can put that in there and circulate that.
Yes.
I mean, it's the first that I've heard of it. And,
Yes.
I'm from Baltimore, and I call myself trying to keep up and be visible. And
Yes, absolutely.
I've heard
It's
of,
very
so,
important. It's
yeah.
very important.
okay, so we'll make that happen, I'm sure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, my
Oh,
sister.
you're welcome.
And as always, when I interview someone or being interviewed, I like to speak into someone's life, and I hope that you don't matter. But I just want to say to you today, my sister, that I pray prosperity on your life, blessings on your life. I pray that everything that you touch prospers. I pray that everywhere that you walk, that doors will open. I pray that people will see the favor on your life, and I pray that God will continue to use you.
I feel it.
Okay.
You see me welling up? I receive it.